budget deficit, and when we're told there's simply not enough money. We're told that there's not enough money to heat the homes of the most vulnerable people in this country, but all of a sudden, there is infinite amounts of money to launch hundreds of cruise missiles at about $2 million a pop into Libya to save the civilians. Now, those same people who cut off the utilities, who raise your tuition, who are laying off from our jobs, who are taking away our homes, those same people are the ones who say, when it's time to go to war, that we're all in this together. We're all American. We're all one nation. That's what they say, right? Well, we need to be clear and say that we're not all in this together. We are not one nation. We're a country of many nations. And in fact, the vast majority of people in this country have far more in common with the people being bombed, with the people being occupied, with the people living under slave-like conditions abroad, than we do with the people who claim to be our leaders in Washington. And so, if we do that, if we reject that nationalism that says we're all in this together with those billionaires on Wall Street and those millionaires in Congress, and we instead embrace a profound internationalism that says we have far more in common with the people suffering from U.S. foreign policy abroad, then, sisters and brothers, that's when we can really win. And so, as these wars continue, and as we see they are permanent wars, we know that if left to its own devices, Washington will continue them forever, and they will launch new wars. But history shows us that change only happens, and that our interests are only met when people stand up and fight and demand that it end. This is the history of our country. This is the history of all the others. That's when change happens. And so, I wanted to close by saying that, there's many people, I think I've been hearing it throughout my years of doing this stuff, that, what does protesting do, right? What does taking to the streets and demanding change do? We need to ask the politicians, we need to play by the rules. And it's very nice now to have a one-word response to that question. And that one-word response is Egypt. Because the people of Egypt showed that even the most entrenched rule of the rich, with the most powerful police force and military, could not last more than 2 weeks when the people stood up and demanded a change. And so, for us here, as we see these horrible criminal wars continuing in our name, with our tax dollars, all the while our livelihoods being under attack, education, housing, social services, healthcare, all of that being gutted, that we can learn this important lesson from the Egyptian people. And, I actually went to Cairo in 2009 and saw the intense suffering, the intense poverty, and on top of that, this intense repression from the government. And, there was this saying that I was told that Egypt was like watching a circus. It was like watching a lion tamer in a circus, right? And the analogy was that the only reason that people go to the circus and watch the lion tamer, with his chair and his whip, the only reason they watch is because they know at any second the lion will realize that it can just swat away the chair and eat the lion tamer. And that's what happened in Egypt. The people of Egypt are lions, and they woke up and they ate the lion tamer. And so us here, realizing that we're not much different than the people of Egypt. In fact, we're no different at all. What were they demanding? They were demanding a right to an education. They're demanding jobs. They're demanding a foreign policy that benefited them and not the oil giants. Well, we want all of those things too. And so for us, we must realize that the people of Egypt have no more in common with the Mubarak dictatorship than we have in common with those politicians in Washington. So like the people of Egypt, we too can wake up, we too can swat away that chair, we too can be lions, we too can eat the lion tail.